Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back here to the channel. Our new project for today was just dropped off, and it is a Jeep Cherokee that has some weird stuff going on with it. So the owner was actually on vacation for a week, and when she left, she forgot that her windows were down. Usually wouldn't be too bad of a case, but it just so happens that during that time it ended up raining. So there's rainwater that ended up getting all in the Jeep and stuff like that. For the most part, it has dried out, but there is still a weird kind of moldy standing water stench and smell in there that we're gonna have to get removed. I can only imagine how much weird colors and stuff are gonna be coming out because it's all moldy and stuff like that in there. So it's good that we're able to get to that before it gets too bad, but we definitely have our work cut out for us, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, so kicking things off with this detail, there were a couple personal items to remove from the car, some of those being like 3 or 4 cans of carpet cleaner, kind of the ones you'd get at like Walmart or the parts store. I'm assuming the owner tried to take on this job by herself, but when the carpets are in this bad of condition and something like this happens, you really need something that physically removes that dirty water from the carpets, like a carpet extractor. And if this vehicle didn't get rained in, it wouldn't really be considered a disaster detail, but with us having to shampoo just about every square inch of these carpets and the seats, it definitely kind of falls into that disaster detail category. And I think in total I ended up shampooing carpets and seats in this car for probably around like 6 or 7 hours. It's kind of bad for me, but for all you guys who like the extractions and the videos and stuff like that, then this video is definitely going to be the one for you, so stick around. So jumping into the real work now, we're going to start shampooing the carpets, and later on in the video you will see that I made the decision to go ahead and pull the back seat out just because there was a lot of carpeting underneath it and I wanted to get it all shampooed. It was a pretty big hassle to get it pulled out, but with most of the dirty carpet and stuff like that being concentrated more towards the rear of the vehicle, I would have been doing the customer a disservice by not doing it. If you're curious as why I didn't pull the front seats out, the reason for that was because they came with like little, more like screws rather than bolts, and they happened to all be stripped out, so it would have been basically impossible for me to pull those out. Thankfully, there's a little bit more room to work underneath the front seats than there would have been the back seats, so we were able to get them just as clean. So I thought I'd mention this quick important tip, and that is when you're working on a moldy car or a car that has standing water in it similar to this one, it can be somewhat counterintuitive to get the seats and the carpets super wet, because you can run the risk of creating new future mold. But a lot of times like this, you need to get those carpets extremely wet because you're making multiple passes on it. So what I do to combat this is what I'll actually do is I'll mix distilled water in my pump sprayer. You can mix soap and stuff like that or shampoo with it just as easy as you can with regular water, but I use distilled water in my pump sprayer and distilled water in my extractor. And by using distilled water, you actually reduce the chance of creating mold by about 90 to 95% compared to using regular water. And here's a quick shot of what it looked like once we got that back seat removed as well as that trunk carpeting, and you can see just how far we had to disassemble this thing to get it absolutely clean. We got some quick vacuuming to do underneath where the seat was, but after that we'll get right back into extracting. So we just about have the carpets all finished up now, and we can move on to getting the back seat shampooed here soon. And I don't know exactly how many passes I made on these carpets. I kind of lost track after 10, to be honest. But before we get onto the seats, I did put a quick shot of me emptying the extractor, and you can see just how, this water was basically black. But in the comment section down below, let me know your guesses on how many 5-gallon buckets I filled up with dirty extractor water. Now that the hard work of shampooing is over, we're getting even closer to having this car looking and smelling great again. And I can't even really explain how this car smelled when it was first dropped off, but if it tells you anything, I could smell this thing before the doors were even opened. But our next step in this detail is going to be to clean off all the plastics, hard surfaces, dashboard, door panels, things like that, and to also get them UV protected. We also have a little bit of assembly to do since we took the back seat and the trunk area out, but this is going to end up being the easiest part of this detail. But that's going to be about it for this detail, guys. I really appreciate you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please be sure to hit that like button. Also, if you want to help support the channel, you can subscribe. I upload detailing videos similar to this one every Tuesday and Thursday, and by being subscribed and having that bell notification clicked, you'll be sure to never miss one. Stick around for just a little bit longer so you don't miss the before and after shots, and I'll see you guys in the next video.